Good morning, students. See, till from last few days we are dealing with the chapter called as the biotechnology, and today we are going to see the last bit from this particular chapter. That is called as bioethics, biopiracy, and biopatent. After seeing these three bits, they are very short, but very useful for the understanding purpose. And after that, we'll conduct one MCQ test on this particular chapter. It may be of 20 marks, and finally we will proceed for the further chapter. See, first of all, we are going to see what is the meaning of the bioethics. What is the meaning of bioethics? What is the meaning of, first of all, we see the ethics. In Marathi it is called as tattva. Now, why we are using the ethics in the biology? That is the main question. It is one of the moral duty or the, what we can say, the community acceptable moral duty is called as the ethics. It is one of the set of self-computable system by means of which it should be accepted by every person which is present in the society, or the work which you are doing on the biotechnology, it should be done under some ethics. What are that particular ethics? That is socially acceptable moral duty, conduct, and judgment. Means here we are going to conduct ourselves, we are going to make the judgment ourselves. No, that the work what I have done, that is totally acceptable. It should not be unacceptable. Next one is that the ethics totally depends upon the behavior of the community and the set of standards. What are the sets of the standards? It depends upon that. And everything depends upon the behavior of the community. Means the ethics, they are dependent upon the behavior of the community. Such type of ethics should be there because it is directly communicated with the society. It is directly communicated with the community. So, the ethics has a great meaning for that. It has a great standard. Next, if we see one example of the bioethics in the today's world, means in the biotechnology we are making the various types of plants. It may be the GMO crops, it may be the transgenic plants, it may be related with the gene bank, it may be related with the manipulation of the genes, it may be related with the production of the different products. But all these products, they should be community acceptable. That is very important. And it should have the moral ethics. I will give the today's example. How the ethics they are changing according to the person to person. But generally it should not be changed. So we have introduced it into the biology, mostly in the biotechnology. Means what? The ethic changes according to people or person to person, no doubt. But it should have some standards. It should have some moral. Because when we are doing the research, or any researcher is doing the research on any animal or invention of on any animal, we should keep in mind that the work which we are doing on the animal is having some potential. It has the life in it. There should be no any type of violence while doing the work on the particular animal. We should treat the animal or the plant just like another animal, or the animal which has the life. It does not have any type of pain while doing the work. For example, suppose we are doing the, what we can say, the research on the frog or the mice. What happens? Many times while doing the research, while doing the surgery, means we are treating the mice, we are treating the frog in the olden days as a person, and we are doing the research, we are studying how the internal organs are, and we are cutting, we are doing the surgery on such type of animal. But while doing the surgery, we should treat that particular animal as a person. This is called as the ethics. And the ethics should be there. And the whole surgery should be painless. And the animal or the plant cannot suffer by that particular researcher. That is called as the ethics. Another one example is there. During the production of any product which is produced by the researcher or the inventor, we should not manipulate the hazardous genes from the human beings to any other organism or any other animal, or from any another animal. The gene should be not manipulated in the human beings. This is also called as the ethics. What will happen? We are manipulating the good genes. We are manipulating or producing the good seeds, good plants, good animals. For example, we'll take the example of the chicken or the pigs. We are producing the transgenic plants, no doubt. They are very, very useful for the research. But while producing, we should keep in our mind that the hazardous gene should not be interacted. Otherwise, it will produce the another hazardous animals. The example is going on today's life. Now we are facing a great problem of the COVID-19, that is the coronavirus. Because this virus is man-made, manipulated. It is not nature-made, it is man-made. So it is too much hazardous. And in coming or forthcoming year, or in forthcoming decades, again it will be hazardous and it will remain on the planet called as the Earth for a lifetime. And it will affect the human beings. Now you are seeing in the news, lack of people, they are dying every day. This is not a ethic. This is not a moral duty of any community. But some countries are there, they are not accepting the rules of the bioethics during the invention, and they are producing such type of bacteria and viruses which are hazardous for the societies. So before producing this coronavirus, if that researcher have or the inventor have the moral ethics in his mind, he never have made such type of dangerous virus in the nature. The next thing. Now, in the bioethics, we are going to see what will happen in the nature. That is the effect of biotechnology on environment. What will be the effect? You see here, if the ethics are not proper, definitely many researchers they will produce what we can say the BT crops such as Bacillus thuringiensis or BT corn for example. We have produced this corn for what purpose? For the human beings, for the welfare of the human beings. But this particular gene will not act on the target organ. Automatically it will be hazardous for the environment. One example is there. One butterfly is there or one species of the butterfly is that it is called as monarch butterflies, which they are present in the nature, but due to this BT core, the monarch butterfly species, it has been declined into very much level that you cannot see such type of butterfly in the nature. Means our target was different and it has affected the environment or the species which are present in the environment. The next, herbicide use and resistant. Now what is the meaning of herbicide use? We are using the pesticides, the herbicide, the weedicide to kill all the unwanted crops, unwanted weeds which are present in the field. But automatically, one example is there in the nature, we are using the Roundup as a weedicide. But what happens? Why we are recommending the farmers to use the Roundup? Because just to make the field cheaper or what we are seeing here, the pesticide, the herbicides, they are very, very expensive, and to make their value cheaper or to make the farm yield cheaper, we are using the Roundup. But the Roundup have now the plant they are producing the resistance power against the Roundup also. This is again the misuse of this particular what we can say the herbicide called as the Roundup. Means this is one of the effect. Means we have not seen what will be the effect on the external environment. Okay, and effect on the untargeted species. As I have told you about the effect of untargeted organ. Means we have not. Means our target was different. Our target was to kill the worms or the bollworms, but automatically the different species which are useful for the human beings in the nature, such as the honeybees, many other insects which are useful for the mankind, for the welfare of the mankind, they are also being killed by such type of pesticides or weedicide or producing such type of BT crops. Okay, next. Effect of biotechnology on the human health. Now, what is the effect of the human health? Definitely, the lifestyle has been, the standard of the lifestyle which is present in the human has been increased. But as every coin has two sides, one is profitable and another one is the losable. Just like that, many profits are there, but many losses are also there. The gain is there, the loss is there. Just like that, the human beings are being affected by such type of, we can say, the what we can say, the ethics. Okay, the next. The human beings, they have sometimes the allergies. Now, one of the nut is there which we have, around the gene which we have introduced from the Brazil nut, and we have put into the soya bean, and it produces the nut allergies in the human beings. And this is one of the adverse effects on the human beings. Long-term effects are there. What are the long-term effects? You see here, we are producing the GM crops and we are introducing into the market. Many people, they are adding it to their lives, day-to-day lives. But for this, the research is very less. We are not studying them for 1 to 2 generations. But what will